I'm Nora Hayes, 30 years old, a single mom living in Charlotte, North Carolina. I run a small graphic design studio, crafting visuals that spark joy, posters, apps, cozy cafe logos. It's not riches, but it keeps me and my son, Liam, 7, afloat. Liam's my world, with his shy smile and endless sketchpads. My family, though? They're a different story. My parents, Graham and Lillian Hayes, built a banking empire, Hayes Financial. To them, success is a polished image, not a warm heart. Growing up, I was the overlooked daughter, while my younger sister, Claire, was their star. When I graduated with a design degree, my mother barely glanced up from her wine. Art? Hope you can manage when it fails. But when Claire got into business school, they threw a gala, posting our pride and joy online. I learned early, my efforts didn't count. At 16, I worked weekends to buy art supplies. At 22, I started my studio, unheard by my family's applause. Last spring, at Claire's engagement party, their mansion glowed with crystal chandeliers and gold-trimmed flowers. I went, not for joy, but duty, gifting Claire a hand-drawn card. She set it aside, flaunting her diamond ring, Mom and Dad's gift. Guests fond, I was invisible. Then, Liam's coughs, persistent for weeks, turned dire. He collapsed, gasping, his face pale. At the hospital, the doctor's words hit like ice: congenital heart defect. Surgeries needed in days. Cost, $95,000. We had no insurance, every penny went to Liam's school, my studio. Savings? $12,000. Loans? Denied. I posted online, but donations trickled. Desperate, I called my mother. Liam needs surgery, I pleaded. Can you help? Even $20,000. I'll repay it. Her voice was frost. Nora, Claire's wedding is next month. We've spent thousands. It's bad timing. He's your grandson, I choked. I'm sorry, we can't, she said, hanging up. I drove to their mansion, Liam's medical records in hand. The party buzzed, laughter, clinking glasses. I found my mother, radiant in silk. Mom, please, read this. Liam might not make it. She glanced around, annoyed. Nora, this is Claire's day. You're embarrassing us. My father approached, stern. What's this? Liam needs surgery, I said, voice breaking. Help us. Claire laughed, sharp. You didn't plan, so we pay? My wedding's not cheap, Nora. My father pulled out $200, tossing it at my feet. That's it. Don't ruin this night. The bills fluttered down, each one a blade. My mother looked away, guests stared. I knelt, picked them up, and met my father's eyes. This $200, I said, will be worth more than your name. I walked out, the mansion's lights fading behind me. The Charlotte night was humid, heavy. Liam's hospital bed waited, his breaths weak. My family chose a party over his life. I swore then, I'd save him, build something unstoppable, and never beg them again. The hospital's fluorescent glow burned my eyes as I sat by Liam's bed, his small hand in mine. My parents' rejection stung, but it woke something fierce. I wasn't their shadow anymore. With $200, a laptop, and Liam's drawings taped to my heart, I decided to start over. Portland, Oregon, a hub for creatives and tech, called me. I spent $80 on a bus ticket, leaving Charlotte's skyline behind. The 50-hour ride was brutal. I nibbled stale crackers, sipped shared water, Liam's sketchpad my anchor. Portland greeted me with drizzle and hope. With $120 left, I had no plan, no contacts. I dragged my suitcase to a park, sleeping under a pine, my laptop my pillow. Fear crept in, but Liam's face kept me steady. Morning broke, and I spent $5 on coffee and a bagel at a corner shop. On a bench, I opened my laptop and typed 3 vows. I'll never lean on the Hayes name. I'll create art that heals minds. I'll return on my terms. My project, Lumos, was born in college, a platform for affordable art therapy tools, like apps and kits to ease anxiety. It was rough, but I believed it could help people like Liam, who drew to cope. I wandered Portland's tech district, pitching for jobs, receptionist, cleaner, anything. No experience, they said. By dusk, I entered Starlight Diner, ordering a $2 tea for Wi-Fi. The diner's neon sign flickered weakly. Instinct kicked in. Need that fixed? I asked the owner, Tess, a wiry woman with tired eyes. You an electrician? She grunted. Designer, I said. But I know wiring from set design. She shrugged, handing me a toolbox. I rewired the sign, and it glowed bright. Tess blinked. How'd you do that? Saw the pattern, fixed the flow, I said. She offered a job, fix gear, bus tables, sleep in the storeroom. I took it, settling among crates. Next day, I sketched Lumos, refining its app interface. A barista, Kai, peeked over. That's cool. What's it do? Art therapy for mental health, I said. Affordable, for everyone. His grin was warm. You're making hope, Nora. Days blurred, mornings scrubbing counters, nights designing. Kai slipped me muffins, his faith infectious. One night, I overheard a customer, Lena, a tech mentor, lamenting mental health costs. What if art therapy was cheap and digital? I said, showing my sketches. Lena's eyes lit up. You built this? Designing it, I said. Come to my incubator pitch, she said. Show them. Starlight Diner was my sanctuary, grease, coffee, and Kai's bad jokes. Mornings, I fixed wobbly fans, nights, I poured my soul into Lumos, crafting interfaces that felt like a warm hug. Its tools, guided drawing apps, printable kits, aimed to calm minds affordably. Kai became my rock, sneaking me snacks. You're a genius, Nora, he'd say, eyeing my screen. Lena's incubator pitch loomed. I was a diner worker, not a tech star, but Kai's "You've got this" pushed me. I spent days perfecting my slides, sketching Lumos' flow. The incubator, a loft with exposed brick, buzzed with creatives. In my faded jeans, I felt small, clutching my laptop. Lena introduced me to Dr. Mira Song, a psychology professor with a piercing gaze. 5 minutes, she said. I pitched Lumos, digital art therapy for all, under $10 a month. I demoed an app, its color soothing, guiding users through stress relief sketches. Dr. Song's questions were relentless: data, scalability, impact. I leaned on my college research, voice steady. She nodded. Join my team. 1-month trial. The trial was grueling. I juggled diner shifts, lab work at Portland State, and late-night coding. I learned user psychology, refined algorithms. Sleep was a myth, coffee, my blood. Kai left notes: don't burn out, superhero. By week 3, I had a beta app, clunky, but it reduced user stress by 85% in tests. I showed Dr. Song, heart pounding. She smiled, rare. You're in. Full access to our creative lab. The lab was a dream: 3D printers, coders, psychologists. I kept my diner job, scraping rent for a closet-sized room. One night, Kai caught me sketching at 3 a.m. What's next? Making Lumos real, I said. For kids like Liam, who need peace. He nodded. You're not just designing. You're saving souls. Lena texted, tech conference in Seattle. Present Lumos. I balked, me, on a stage? But Dr. Song said, go. You're ready. I built a sleek demo, hands shaking. The conference stage was blinding, 500 eyes on me. I spoke of Lumos, healing through art, for anyone, anywhere. The demo glowed, calming a test user live. Applause roared. Backstage, a venture capitalist, Raj Patel, approached. $2 million for 18% of your company. I don't, I stammered. Start one, he said, grinning. Lumos Studio launched in a Portland warehouse. I quit the diner, hired Kai as operations lead, Lena as advisor. We rolled out Lumos, serving schools and clinics. It was a hit, 10,000 users in months. I visited a youth center using Lumos, watching kids like Liam draw to heal. That was my win, not the bank account. Lumos Studio's Portland office hummed, designers tweaking apps, Kai managing chaos. Lumos grew, its tools now in 300 schools, helping kids and adults find calm. Our IPO hit in 2024, valuing us at $400 million. My shares? $60 million. But the real spark was a teen at a shelter saying, "Your app stopped my panic attacks." I'd moved to Portland to save Liam. After his surgery, funded by my in-laws, who sold their home, we'd settled here. Liam was healthy, sketching daily. But Charlotte lingered. A headline caught me, Hayes Financial faces takeover. My parents' bank was sinking, bad loans, lost trust. Equinox Creative, my secret subsidiary via Raj, held 40% of its shares. I hadn't aimed for this, but fate laughed. I flew to Charlotte, the city's oak-lined streets a memory. Hayes Financial's tower gleamed, but cracks showed, flickering lights, empty desks. I entered as Nora Hayes, CEO of Lumos Studio, Equinox's shadow owner. The boardroom held my father's loyalists, their ties tight, eyes wary. Graham entered, grayer, shoulders slumped. He didn't see me, ranting about Equinox's vultures. "Father," I said, standing. His jaw dropped. "Nora?" I slid a merger plan forward. "Equinox is mine. I'm folding Hayes Financial into Lumos's ecosystem, ethical banking, mental health focus." The Hayes name ends. A director gasped. "Your Equinox?" "Yes," I said. "Your bank's dying." "I'm saving it, my way." Graham's voice cracked. "You'd erase our legacy for spite?" "Not spite," I said, eyes locked. "Purpose. You gave me $200 when Liam was dying. I built Lumos from it." Claire, there for the drama, scoffed. "You're selfish, Nora." "Selfish?" I snapped. "I begged for my son. You chose a wedding." The board shifted. My team detailed the merger, rebrand as Lumos Bank, new leadership, social impact. Refuse, and Equinox would call debts, bankrupting them. Graham's hand shook. "You don't have to." "I do," I said. "For Liam. For me." That night, in Equinox's office, I watched Charlotte's skyline burn red. Phones rang, emails piled. I felt no thrill, just resolve. I'd come to rebuild, not destroy, but the Hayes name had to go. Lumos Studio thrived, its apps in 1,000 institutions, easing minds globally. Liam, now 8, drew superheroes, his heart strong. Our IPO's $400 million valuation made headlines, but I cherished letters from users. Lumos saved me. My in-laws, Ruth and Tom, lived nearby, their sacrifice, selling their home for Liam's surgery, my North Star. Hayes Financial's collapse was public now. Equinox Creative's takeover bid dominated news. I returned to Charlotte for the final board meeting, my merger plan ironclad. The boardroom was tense, Graham at the head, Lillian beside him, her pearls dull. Claire sulked in a corner. I stood. Hayes Financial joins Lumos Bank. Ethical lending, mental health programs. No Hayes name. A director, Paul, stammered, "Who leads?" "Lumos appoints a new board," I said. "Tomorrow." Graham stood, voice hoarse. "This bank is my life. You can't end it." "You ended us," I said. "When Liam needed you, you gave me $200 and a slammed door." Lillian whispered, "Nora, we're family." "Family?" I laughed, cold. "Ruth and Tom sold their home for Liam. You threw a party." Claire snapped, "You're humiliating us." "No," I said. "I'm rising." The board signed, Paul first, then others. Graham hesitated, pen trembling. Nora, please. Sign, I said. Or shareholders vote. You lose either way. He signed at 5:03 p.m. Hayes Financial became Lumos Bank. I left, Charlotte's dusk heavy. No victory, just a door closed. Months later, Lumos Bank launched community loans, mental health grants. Graham retired, Lillian vanished from socialite circles. Claire's fiancé left her wedding cancelled. I felt no joy, just peace. Lumos Studios Portland HQ glowed, our tools now global. Liam sketched by my side, Ruth and Tom gardening nearby. A letter arrived, yellowed paper, Lillian's shaky hand. Inside, the $200 and a note, we were wrong. You're more than we knew. I stared, not at the money, but the confession. I drove to Starlight Diner, its neon sign still bright. Tess had passed it to her son, but my fixes held. I ordered coffee, left the $200 with a note, this was my start. Keep it for dreamers. Walking out, Portland's sunset blazed. From $200 and a broken heart, I'd built Lumos, healing thousands. My worth wasn't the $400 million or fame, but Liam's laugh, Kai's loyalty, Ruth and Tom's love. I built a home, spacious, warm, for us all. Liam ran through it, Ruth baked, Tom told stories. No mansions, just love. My parents called once, begging for help, bank foreclosure. I sent $200,000, but cut ties. No more, I said. They faded, their empire dust. My past didn't break me, it forged me. I chose my family, those who gave when I had nothing. Lumos wasn't revenge, it was proof, love builds empires, not names. I live for Liam, for gratitude, for peace. My story's not unique, many face rejection. But you can rise. Choose who lifts you. That's strength.